Hey, it's Joseph here. I am wearing a nice hoodie from MSI. I just couldn't think of a better occasion to wear it. I think they deserve a product placement since they have sent me a nice hoodie. And today's video is not sponsored by anyone. However, if you would like to purchase a sponsor segment, do let me know. I'll be happy to discuss. Okay, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and unbox a product. So here I have a knife as well as the box from MSI. I'm quite excited to open this one. It has been sitting on the corner of the studio because I just couldn't get around to this. But today, let's get it open, recorded, edited, and published. So what's in the box is WS66. And for the professionals like you and I, we need a machine that can handle your work. And this is a workstation product from MSI that is meant to handle the professional work. So that's why I'm showcasing this to you. Obviously, this is just the unboxing segment of this video. A full review will follow. The typical white box, as well as the charging device box inside of big brown box. So inside of the smaller white box, there's going to be charging stuff. So the power cable and the charging brick. And this is fairly big because it requires a lot of wattage, but that is to be expected. Obviously nothing unusual here. It is quite chunky charger as always. I've always seen this size of a charger for workstation devices. And this is reading as 130 watts as an output. So I suppose this laptop's gonna require at least 230 watts for the full performance / charging speed. But I am also curious to see if this device is capable of charging USB-C via 90 or 100 watt at the least, even if it's running at a minimum performance, because I don't want to carry this around all the time, but that is available to you in case you need all the performance. All right, we are on to the main bit. However, before I open this, let's read the back of the box. This is most important step. WS66 10TMT is the model number, and the color is gray, black, gray, gray this time. So it's not all gray. I suppose there's a black accent or some sort in there. And then it is 15.6 inch full HD finger touch panel and IPS level. So it is not necessarily IPS panel, but IPS level panel is what I'm understanding. But it is very good to see a finger touch panel or touch panel. You always touch with your fingers, right? And CPU is Intel Core i9-10980HK processor. VGA or the graphics card is NVIDIA Quadro RTX 5000 with 16 gigabytes of GDDR6. HDD, the storage is 1 terabyte of SSD. And the RAM is DDR4 64 gigabytes. It is a dual channel of 32 gigabytes. And there is a Bluetooth combo, the Wi-Fi stuff. And then it includes Windows 10, 64-bit professional. It's workstation, that is to be expected. And then the battery is 99.1 watt-hour 4 cells battery. So it's got the maximum capacity battery possible inside of this laptop that is under sort of the flight regulation. Okay, so that is good to see. Let's actually look at the website as well, because it does tell you quite a good amount of information. So let me just scroll down their webpage. WS66 workstation made for professional on MSI page. And here on the CPU, it's stating that it's got 8 cores up to 5.3 gigahertz, single core turbo. And that is important because a lot of tasks that we do in the AC environment are single core based, unfortunately. Therefore, that is sort of the performance number or the metrics that you kind of want to focus on. And then it's got the Quadro RTX from NVIDIA. This specific model is gonna have 5000 series, and then you can also have true pixel display that has really accurate colors on yours as an optional thing. So here on the small text, it does say optional full HD only, specs varies by model. So this is a specific one that I have, which is full HD but touchscreen, which is kind of interesting to see how that's going to play into my workflow instead of 4K. In my personal opinion, at a 15-inch screen, full HD versus 4K, I don't think it matters as much. You can tell the difference if you were to look close up to it. I would say Quad HD or 1440p is more desired on the 15-inch scale of a laptop, but touchscreen is definitely something good to have, as you can often interact with your laptop with your fingers, perhaps draw something with your fingers. I'm more of a stylus person, but touch input is definitely going to be a plus for me, as I tend to do that on my daily workflows. And it does mention the 99.9 watt hour battery, so it's got the biggest battery possible. There's a mention of ISV. Basically, it is certified to run certain type of applications, such as all the products from Autodesk, and then Siemens, Ansys, all of this SolidWorks stuff. Enscape is included here too, and also 3D Design Type 3. I actually don't know what this is. However, Graphisoft's ArchiCAD is also listed here. And then as a workstation, you gotta appreciate the security aspect of the device, which is including the fingerprint sensor as well as Windows Hello with your camera. And in terms of the port, here is nicely laid out, better than I can lay it out myself. So the headphone combo jack here, and then 3.2 Type-C port, full-size SD card, which is good to see, and then an Ethernet port, and then onto the other side that is a DC in the power jack, and then Thunderbolt USB-C, so you can actually power this device as well with it, and then full-size HDMI, which is always good to have, and then USB 3.2 Type A port, along with sort of the charging indicator. So enough about the specs, let's go ahead and open this. All right, here it goes. And I understand this is a review unit, so I'm assuming other people have touched this device. I'm not expecting it to be in a pristine condition. And some paper stuff. And in here, it is a dark gray device. Let me clean up the fingerprints that I have left. I guess this hoodie works in that purpose as well. So in terms of aesthetics, it's got this nice cool gray, dark gray look. They're actually calling it the space gray. It has a slight tint of blue, I think. It is looking simple and minimalistic. I really like the sort of the design language that they have been putting into their devices. On the very back, I have realized they have left very faint text right here that says Workstation WS66. And then on this side, it's got headphone jack, USB-C port, full-size SD card, as well as the Ethernet port. And then onto the other side is the DC power port, and then Thunderbolt to USB-C, along with the full-size HDMI port, and then USB Type A port, along with the LED indicator for charging. So that has been moved from the front to the side, which is actually nice to see. I want to see it on the side of where the power connection is, so that whenever you charge it, you can see it charging. And with the same idea, it is charging off of the USB-C port. I can see the charging sort of logo on the top of the Thunderbolt. So you should be able to charge either through the DC port or the USB-C, and then be able to see it charging. So that is a little thing, but actually that does matter. And I do see a lot of air vents on the side, on the back, as well as at the bottom. There's a nice ventilated panel so that it is able to breathe. And then there's a black bar, not necessarily very rubbery, but it is sort of the plasticky, so that it lifts the laptop off the desk or the surface that you are putting your device on. And then there is sort of the dragon logo on top. And on the front, it is looking a bit sort of boxy, but with this sort of revealed edge, so you can just tuck your finger underneath and then be able to lift the screen. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, one finger testing. Okay, that is again always good to see. And then I'm greeted with the 15.6-inch screen with the webcam on top, and then on the either side of the webcam I'm seeing two holes. So I'm assuming that is sort of the stereo separation of the microphone. And then next to the webcam, it is kind of hard to see, but there's an IR camera for Windows Hello. And then there's a MSI logo at the bottom of the screen. Let me have you focus on that. So there is MSI logo, and the keyboard layout is pretty much similar to what I have been seeing. So there is nothing out of ordinary. There's no number pad if you're into that sort of thing, but the arrow keys are full size with the page down and up tucked on the corner of the arrow keys, and the power button on the far top right hand corner. I am seeing a speaker on either side of, so it is top firing instead of bottom, and I would have to test the speaker quality when I do the full review. Same sort of touchpad that we have been seeing across the all sort of high-end MSI devices, including all workstations, with the fingerprint sensor on the top left-hand corner along with the glass surface, so it is really smooth. However, it is sort of wide, so if you appreciate sort of the width of the touchpad, you will definitely appreciate that. However, you're gonna directly rest your right hand on top of the touchpad, therefore you're gonna end up pressing the button. That's always sort of my concern. And in terms of weight, it is fairly heavy. I'll show the actual weight of this device on the screen, but it is 15-inch device, so I wouldn't expect less of it. And overall finish and material of the device, the top panel feels metallic as well as the sides. They're kind of cold, whereas the bottom of the device is feeling like plastic. So there's gonna be sort of the mixture of the material that is playing in this device. But yeah, that's overall the first look of device. I'm gonna have to charge this device and test out a bunch of things and let you know about the full review of this device. So I'll get back to you on that. And if you have liked this content, please like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out the full review of this device. And thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll see you next time. Bye.